No, check your Facebook.
Okay, keep calm. Consistent.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Carol.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that time has come where I am here to introduce our mother, a servant leader, a long-standing member of the ANC and ANC Women's League. She has held various significant roles within the party, including a former ANC Northwest IPC, a member of the ANC Women's League Northwest PEC and PETT, and the convener of the ANC Women's League Northwest Provincial Task Team. She served as the ANC Women's League Northwest Acting Provincial Secretary, Deputy Provincial Secretary, and Regional Chairperson of the ANC in the Dr. Ruth Sohomotse Mompati region. She has actively contributed to the educational sector, having served as the chairperson of the school governing body at the Tuso Tebe High School, and also as the member of SGB at Bethel Girls High School. She's a former teacher, a former school principal, not teaching anything ordinary but mathematics and science. So we'll hear when she comes and presents here. She is mathematical and graphical in her approach. She's action-orientated, looking for output and ensuring that things are happening. She's the lady of the Pythagoras theory, ensuring that businesses, they follow that model and that theories to ensure that they thrive. She served as a peer councillor and the mayor of Kagisano Molopo local municipality. She held significant roles such as a director in the office of the MEC of Culture, Arts, Traditional Affairs. She was also a second manager in the Department of Education. Currently, she is the DDM champion for Dr. Ruth Sohomotse Mompati District Municipality. She's also a coordinator for G20, the group of 20 that is happening in South Africa for the first time in Africa, historical event, the summit that will happen here, right in our shores in November 2025. So she's a coordinator for the province of such a big event that is happening in South Africa, a coordinator for the Northwest province, having held 3 successful working groups, a working group on women empowerment, working group on education, working group on Shepherds meeting. Shepherds meeting is a meeting of the representatives of the head of the states for this group of 20 countries. She is about to host another meeting, a meeting of energy and minerals that is happening right here in Sun City towards the end of this month. There is another G20 activities called Y20, targeting youth and youth across the sectors, including persons with disabilities, that is about to be hosted by the Northwest Province. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, as we rise and give a warmest welcome to our MEC for DDEC, MEC, ke biditse Evelyn Bitsa Lenkopane. Round of applause, coach.
Thank you. Thank you, Jody. You know, I see the city no had a siam. The only time they could join Jody and Bitsa Lenkopane is when he's introducing me. So, that's how the most of us are introduce us. Remember, let me not waste Nagoya Lona because the program director here, John Sina Khalang Khalimela or emotional, but it just came. It just came. We are meeting here today during the time where we have already started as the department to prepare for our budget speech, which is going to be held on the 23rd of this month. It is the first budget speech that speaks directly to the priorities of the 7th administration led by the Premier of the Northwest, Lazimo Khosi. Or that is the first of its own kind since we were given responsibility to lead the executive. Now, the Premier, when he appointed us to be his eyes and ears and hands and feet, he made it very clear that maikaelelo a gagwe at the center is people. And our the people he is referring to, egana basha, egana bomme, egana persons living with disability. Now, the Premier has also sent a message to us as members of the executive, where will we be today, la Mandela Day? Because Mandela Day is not only the mere Mandela Day like it started, it is now Nelson Mandela International Day. It is celebrated internationally. Which then says the work that we do must reflect who we are as South Africa internationally, to reflect and respect our icon. It then says people in America, people in Australia, people in China, people in all these other international countries, they respect this icon. Now, as a Premier, where are we? I decided to say to HOD, we must do it different. We must do it different so that it shows, as government, understand that if we are to do everything in the spirit of Nelson Mandela, the quality of the work that we do today must really reflect what he stood and what he fought for. This is Mandela Day. Now we are here today when the MEC has done a lot of 67 minutes before this final 67 minutes marathon, and we are still to run 67 minutes after this until the end of this month. 67 minutes. Yesterday, we have spent 67 minutes engaging with the chairperson of the House of Traditional Leaders, Khosi Maotwe. The MEC had a session with Khosi because we wanted to understand Bokhosi barring to government, Bokhosi barring to this department. Yesterday, the MEC also spent almost 67 minutes with persons living with disability who are employees of DDECT. I was telling HOD yesterday, that's how I started to see that Hanali miracle means. And I was telling colleagues Mabani when we were also appreciating them and motivating them and actually receiving our internal memo on Hore Batu Baba Pelanga disability. What are they saying to us as a department to better their conditions? So because the HOD was not here and I committed I'm going to give him the message. So I said they must not leave because there are other people here, Botawana, Botsidi, who are still owing them. Hanyo ahoza mayu until Botawana and Botsidi badilaka that matter. As I learned yesterday night from Hayagi. So they must attend to it. Must happen. Ya pointilo pelo raili. But yesterday, after listening to the submissions of people with disability in the department, we have agreed that we must attend HOD into looking at increasing capacity, identifying the skills that we need to make sure they are complete, they are enabled, and they are standing in there for those who are not at the service department. They are fortunate because they are working at DDECT. It means they are actually representing thousands and thousands of other people living with disability who are locked in the rooms in their families, who could not even access education and training, but they are there and they belong to the government led by the Premier of this province. I shared with them, and I think deliberately when this thing is going live, it means I'm going to sleep soundly because the message would have also been sent to the time where the Premier sent me to go and receive the memorandum for persons with disability when they wanted the Premier to respond to their call. When I was, that's how I learned for people with disability how I see the because you know all these things that people think because how is it like say ho now are mongatem because agra haboni baba mustopa so I was busy just trying to interpret this one maybe that is the confusion that I was brought to. And when I got home, I was so tired, I called HOD. Right now, it's in like I called the Premier because they said, Mofonel, that time the Premier was not even in the country. And I was forced, and I was put on the spotlight of the media to respond to the memorandum. And that memorandum, of course, I was even told, you know, I was forced to respond to something that I was told for Hankita Kisineu, and I will respond, Diane. I ended up saying, okay, that's when I wanted to learn how you communicate with them. I thought I was best. But we are here today after that reflection, and part of what I have committed, that I think forms part of the commitment of government. Because when I do it, I don't do it as an individual. It's not my thing. It is the thing that has been pronounced by the Premier of the province. It is a thing that has been pronounced by the President. It is the position that reflects Nelson Mandela. And that's why we are so excited that today, when people are getting everything happening, Rona during this time, re tlhotse mmogo le badiri ba rona ba persons with disability, re monate gore they have made submissions to the policies that speaks to their conditions. I have collected whatever directives they give, and this morning I told the HOD that we must find a way to attend to these things. Because it's only 4 key things that I have picked up that I think he will have to apply his mind and make it happen. Part of what the MEC has also committed is a program that says each one brings 2 from the employees. Each one brings 2, meaning hore, mo badiring ba ba berekang ko department day, because they stand in there for those who are not working there but are out there in the communities. O mongwe le o mongwe wa badiri aye to the streets of this province, aye to the municipalities of this province, aye re tla mo bolela hore mo deployile kae. I will retell ka 2 persons with disability. Meaning, now those 2 persons with disability, actually you will see how he structures his policies. It will then show and demonstrate that through the 67 minutes moment of Nelson Mandela International Day, it shows how we respond to the condition that says Motoa living with disability ha kiwi. Now it's the same as when you would have been molaini ya banka go te wena mama shuta o ye ko pele. Now each one brings 2. That 2 is a 2 that will have to receive the services of this department. Meaning, because we have how many employees? 24. It means we are going to have in the province, because we are going to deploy them so that it cuts across the 18 municipalities. We are going to have 24 times 2. On top of the 17 that we are having today. In the budget speech, the MEC is going to pronounce that number. Now, we should know that that number will be informed by the slogan that we have adopted as persons living with disability from the Mandela Day. Ke bona ba re tlile go focus mo go bona, and then bona ba tlile go nna di mentor and supporters tsa batho bao. We have agreed that as a priority, Ashodi was just putting it to me to say, when we collaborate for G20, we normally come and say our SMMEs must access the platform to compete internationally and to showcase the work they are doing. Now, we must agree that every platform of 10 that we are getting, 3 must go to persons with disability. So I'm expecting actually that when we come, Kadi sessions, it's a creation of market. I must always say, get the feedback that says, Baba Raruba Hahobawa Thankiba, for every 10 that we bring. That is the only way that is going to respond to the memorandum that I was supposed to collect for the premier. Because the only message that was to be conveyed in Nako Premier was to say, so I tried to tell Premier, Premier is asking me, they chased me away, they didn't give me their names, they didn't give me the memo, but they said, now this program of each one brings 2. Because when I was standing there, I was standing in for government, and I also have the responsibility to represent the premier. So through this department, now each one brings 2 from the department. So from the point of government. Program Director, we are meeting here today when in the Northwest Province, people living with disabilities still strongly feel that government is not responding to the policies and other legislations that speaks to how we should relate and run our affairs to satisfy them. We're acknowledging as government that we might have not done enough, but we always understand that it remains our responsibility to respond to such a call. Now, today, as part of the journey to the budget speech of the department, which happened to the Nelson Mandela International Day, almost 17. Bao eleng hore as government re dumela hore re ne re bua maloba le batho ba di business. Now today re bua le persons living with disability who are our people ba re batlang go ba godisa in terms of the programs of this department. And I have always said it to the HOD hore if you do it to municipality 1, you must do it until the last municipality. If the Losaha Hodisi 18, then you must make them at least to be 4 in a per district bohol. So that we are seen as government really consistent and really balanced and but both reach out. Now, I'm going to start by indicating what a part of what we are to do as government and this through this department, and which is actually at the heart of the premier of this province, because he has also said it in his SOPA pronouncements. Key issue is skills development. We must train our people before we give them dilo before we senya in the space of business, before we declare gore space in sa go ba di SMMEs, we must train them so that re kgone go sustain se re se dirang, and from there re tshwanetse re be le di aftercare programs. And this thing one brings to will also intensify issue aftercare and incubation. So ke tlo kopa gore re starte ka to issue the certificates. To issue the certificates, say it's a skills development, say the way we train specifically persons living with disability. The products, because issue ya go intensify reproduce dilo sa rona in the province. Even dilo se re di producing di tlhaga from persons with disability. Re kgona go dumalana rona as government gore yes rona le batho ba rona ba re ba trainile, yes batho ba rona re ba file dilo se, yes ra itse gore ba ready to can stand internationally, and then so re di shebe product sa teng re bona gore re di tisa. And the MEC has also made a commitment to the establishment the persons with disability. I have made that commitment and I still stand with that commitment. So go tlo kopa gore re bitse a ke bitsa lo tata ko pele lo tlo go di amogela. Ke tlo kopa leadership ya forum ya rona ya go department also to stand here, 3 or the committee alona baba ko pele, so that re kgone go nna mmogo go abelana di certificate tse. So kamona ba batleng go aba dikabo tse e tla ba in terms of the arrangement they are go direct. We have the assistant director or specifically assigned to deal ka dilo tsa empowerment tse di leng ka mo persons with disability that will form part. And then re tlo go nna le the chairperson wa disability forum in the department o a tlabeng le yana a company le MEC re tla bana le other members Retube is also a member of the disability forum in the department of DDECT, the head of department and the acting chief director wa IDS, so that as a collective, because I give a give a team o botla go tsa certificate ha o boa be go exercise o ara go ka pa ana ngi ba tla tshameka safe for ke wana ba itse. So that's how we are going to drive this agenda in the department, that they will guide us. We will listen to how we should relate as government, because they represent the broader interests of this community and a sector. Bitsa Motaung has successfully completed the art training program and Ritogo Moabela certificate sena. Certificate Botsilo and others ba tswa go Moropoeng ke batla ke declare Moropoeng ke go kagisano molopo go ke tswang go teng yaanong training e ya rona e ya gotlhe in the province yaanong ba simolotse mo Botsilo. Thank you. Utlutile Rejoice Musiani has successfully completed the art training program and is getting this art training certificate. Utlutile. Kelebogile Baputi, certificate of art training. Kelebogile Baputi has successfully completed the art training program. Thank you. Buiganyo Julia Dire has successfully completed the art training program.
Please.
Thank you. Babalelo Precious Lekhotle has successfully completed the art training program. Certificate. Malishani Motaung has successfully completed the art training program and is getting the certificate. Malishani. Yes! Manda! Kitagaga Malishani. Kitagaga. Kumanali. Uligay. Moeti Shadrach Burileng has successfully completed the art training. Thank you. All the artists. Ngagem Petunia Tumelo has successfully completed the art training. Fire master. Yes. Yes. Nani Rose Kambinda has successfully completed the art training program. Nani ushoko pomfret. Ushoko pomfret. Ushoti. Yes. You wanna kabinda. Pomfret is the saddest part of Kafisano Molopo. It forms the boundary between us and Botswana. Sepo Mwebe has successfully completed the art training program. Sepo. Oh, sharp Sepo. All right. We're happy. Oh, sharp. Baliki Julius Bonesho has successfully completed This is for your dedication and hard work through the pottery production training. Energy pottery production. Kididimezi Mutibedi for your dedication and hard work to pottery production training. Thank you. Congratulations, girl.
Thank you. Smile.
Sebenyani, my baby, for your dedication and hard work throughout mixing and casting training. My baby. What's your good salad? Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Muluki Bokhosi. Thank you. Tushoya Onamusinki for your dedication and hard work, mixing and casting. Why try to understand? Why is it? Certificate of Mixing and Casting Training, Kabo Sibali. Thank you.
Sorry.
Duncan Bukamushotebe for your dedication and hard work, mixing and casting. Someone go trying.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Someone go trying.
Yes, sir. Okay.